What's up, everybody? You are tuned into HipHopWired.com. This is another episode of the Domino Effect. Today's guest is my man Royce the 5'9".
I promise not to lie in not one of these verses. I started out as a battle rapper, all I knew was max sales, ADATs, stats, and gats. I'm living the life of the infinite enemy down. My tenement chimney now, the semi-serenity pal, spin them around, entering in the vicinity.
What's going on, man?
How you doing?
Now, are we saying Royce the 5'9" or just Royce 5'9" now?
Either or.
Either or?
I answer to both.
I answer to both. You answer to both.
A few people have been dropping the duh off of it. Makes it a little more easier to roll off the tongue. So, you know, whatever's comfortable for you. I'm just focused on trying to figure out how to play domino.
Now, if you've been tuning into this show, you are learning that a lot of your favorite rappers do not know how to play dominoes.
Especially me.
I'm no expert myself. I'm going to try to teach Royce how to play as we, get through this conversation, man. So first thing we're going to do is do what we call washing. Then after that, you're going to grab 7 of them. Okay. You're going to grab 7.
So that just made it random.
Right,
okay.
right. So this is
7.
This is the part where we get to act like we're in Boys in the Hood. You know what I'm saying?
This is the favorite part. Yeah. As soon as I heard dominoes, I thought of Cube. I was like, all right, it's cool.
Domino, motherfuckers. Say about that.
This Layers album. Now, for the most part, people say that your first album is the album that's the hardest to make, the hardest to write, because it's the soundtrack of your life up to that point. This Layers album sounds like it's like a new first album for you, man. Am I accurate in assuming that, man?
Yeah, it's the first album of the new me. The first album of an artist, it just depends on what kind of artist that the artist is and what kind of person that the guy is. Like when I first started, I did my first album when I was like 19 years old. I didn't necessarily feel like I had a story to tell at that time. And as I got older and went through some things, and with this particular album, I decided to stop drinking. And when I got sober, I started thinking of a whole bunch of things from way back in my childhood that I wanted to discuss at this point in my career, as opposed to at the beginning of my career. It's probably what my first album would have sounded like had I been in that headspace.
So I'm gonna make a good decision right now to play this 5.
Okay.
All right, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be your turn, you know what I'm saying?
Now when you do this, am I forced to go vertical, or can I
No, you can, if you got a 6, you can go that way, you know what I'm saying? Or you can go this way, or if you got a 5, you can go this way.
Now I can look at all these, right?
Yeah, those are yours.
Okay.
Just don't let me see them.
Right. Okay.
Now, if you don't have anything, you got pulled from the bone, y'all. Who were the first people to reach out to you when you started making the album and letting people hear it? Because, I mean, you put a lot of personal business out there.
Yeah.
So I can imagine your phone started ringing off the hook when, songs started getting released and people started hearing the album. Like, who were the first people to reach out? Like, yo, man, I can't believe you said that, or I can't believe you said that about me.
Oh, like family-wise?
Yeah.
Well, I always hear from my mom first. I said a line on my mixtape where I say, I gave my mom a pic of myself in the big frame with a card that says, "Bitch, I'm Rick James for Mother's Day."
Yeah. So
it was like being funny. She called me up and was like, "Hey, baby." I was like, "Hey, Mom, how you doing?" "Oh, nothing much. What you doing?" "Oh, nothing, just traveling." "How's tour?" "Oh, everything's good." "Hey, I got a question for you. Did you call me a bitch on your album?" Like, what? No, I would never. So I always hear from my mom, always.
So moms actually listen to your music?
Always.
Wow.
She's super supportive.
Now, speaking of a lot of people like listening to your album, man, were you at all surprised when you saw the news headline saying Royce the 5'9" Layers album is the #1 album on Billboard?
Bro, I was super surprised. I didn't expect that, especially with my sobriety, because it helps me. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted people to listen to it and say, yo, this helped me, this gave me strength. That's one thing that I knew. But as far as sales, I never looked at stats. Never looked at stats. Not even with Bad Meets Evil. You know what I mean? And that was like my most successful project that I ever been a part of.
So Trust the Shooter and Layers both out this year. Are you going to be coming out with some more music? By the way, I just got 5 more points. You can try to score if you want to.
Okay. So right now I just got to be patient with Layers. But there's so many steps after this that I'm excited about. You know what I mean? So right now we're just kind of waiting it out, letting it play out so we can move on to the next thing.
Cool, man. So we're going to keep on playing this domino game, but we're going to have to leave the cameras. We appreciate y'all chilling out with us. This has been another episode of Domino Effect. This is HipHopWired. That's Royce 5'9".
I'm winning 0 to 5.